Hey Year 11s, and here we are looking at 2013 charts and data. And shout out today is going to Tom. Well, which Tom? I'm not going to say, but you guys can work that out yourself. So there you go, Tom, shout out for you. Okay, let's look at question 1. So question 1 is talking about a time series graph here, line graph, following data transmitted in a town over 4 days. And our first question is asking us to describe any overall trends that we see. So first of all, if we just look at it, there seems to be upward trend across the board. So that's the first statement that we can stay straight up. So overall upward or increasing trend. Okay, so that's one idea that we've got there. Let's look a little bit more carefully. So our peaks look to be trending upwards as well. So peaks trending upwards. What else are we seeing? Our midday trough is going upwards as well. So we'll just call that the middle trough. So middle, or we'll call it in between peaks trough. So in between peaks trough is going up. And finally, we'll just look at our very bottom troughs here. They seem to be relatively consistently low, so little change in the bottom trough. So little change in trend of the bottom trough. Okay, and there's our observations for the overall trend. Okay, next question that we have is asking about us describing any repeating patterns visible in this graph. And so it's talking about these things that we're seeing here. So we've got some peaks that are straddling either side of, well, about lunchtime. So it tends to peak at or just before noon, and then again sort of in the mid-afternoon. So that's the first thing that we'll notice. So we have repeating peak or peaks before and after lunch, first around just before 12 p.m, next around 3 p.m. Okay, so those are our two troughs that we've seen. What else do we have? Sorry, those were peaks that we've seen. We have a midday trough, and we'll say something about that. So there seems to be a midday trough or low around 12:30 p.m. And we also have a nighttime trough, so that goes from about before midnight to about 6 a.m. So we can say we have a nighttime trough. So nighttime trough from before midnight until just write that again, until after 6 a.m. Okay, anything else that we can notice there about our overall trends? Sorry, about our repeating patterns that I've put up here. So that one there should have come down here, so we'll bring that down here, Okay, that's about it when we're talking about our troughs. So we've got basically our peaks and our troughs and our big troughs, and that's what we've got. Okay, so the next question is asking us to, on the graph, sketch our prediction. So this is a bit of a guessing game really, but you're kind of seeing an increase like that, so we want our next one to be at least higher than the last peaks, and we want it to be peaking just fractionally before noon on Friday. So I'm going to have mine peaking around here and having a trough at around 6, and then we have that second trough, lunchtime trough. Yes, a little bit too shallow there, so we'll make that a bit steeper, and it comes up again a bit less steeply than that, so we'll bring that down, and then it quickly comes up again and then down like this. We have a little shoulder there and it comes down again. So you want to be as accurate as possible, and show that you've got an increase in your peaks and you've got an increase in your trough there, but otherwise the patterns are similar. Okay, how confident are you in your prediction for Friday? Well, there's all sorts of things really. So first of all, reasonably confident because of the strong trends that we've seen already. So we'll start with that. So reasonably confident since the previous days have shown consistent and increasing trends. Okay, what else could we put in there? Well, look, we're looking at Friday, and Friday is a working day, so we'll say that as well. So also since Monday to Thursday are working days, and so is Friday. Use for data should be similar. So what I'm saying there is that the internet use on Friday should be similar to the other days because they're all working days. But I mean, that could work both ways as well. So in one sense, we don't know how Friday will go because it's different. So I'll say, however, we don't know for sure how Friday will compare to other days. We don't necessarily know that Friday will be the same, and we don't have to write down things like this, but could be other things that happen on Friday that change the way that people work. Alright, so that's our first question.